to participate in groups in different ways. As each of you see these changes just exploding in your own lives and the changes that each of you are having to make on your own individual ways, where are you motivated to participate collectively? If you're listening to this call, it behooves each and every one of us to be a part of the change in the world that we want to see in the world. So here are the dates that the nodal axis is moving through Libra Aries, North Node Libra, South Node Aries, February 19th, 2014 through November 12th, 2015. So you can see that this is a transit that we're just in the middle of, and we're going to go most of the way through 2015 with the same nodal vibration. South Node in Aries is the ego from the past and what we are having to throw off on emotional levels. So it's asking us to shed old ego, old childhood wounds, old insecurities. It's asking us to shed freedom at all costs. We don't operate in isolation. We all operate in relationships of some kind and some sort. We have to shed the old me versus you patterns and defenses, individually and collectively. And as we're shedding that old, egoic, emotional, wounded stuff, we have to reach for new levels of emotional security, especially inner emotional security. Uranus in Aries is going to be opening us up to recognize how each of us are going to be doing that. That North Node in Libra is the ego of the future, how we are striving to evolve on emotional levels. All of us are being asked to find new levels of inclusiveness in relationships. New levels of finding ways to get along with other individuals, other groups of people. If we don't, we remain stuck in the South Node Aries polarizations. We're being asked to find a new self as we're evolving into new relationships with whoever that other is in our life. What do you want to see changing in your relationships? Make your best efforts to do so. And if the relationship doesn't work out, you've made your best effort and you've minimized any karmic repercussions for yourself. And in that same perspective, we will be taking collective relationships to brand new levels. And if not, they're going to degenerate into even more, as we said, polarizations. Here's the charts. When we have, and you can have this then if you want to do a printout of this slide when we follow up. Pluto square the nodes, January 15th. It's 2:57 a.m. Mountain Time in Rapid City. Uranus conjunct that south node is January 20th, 4:27 a.m. Mountain Time in Rapid City, which is where Leroy and I live. So you can see here the degrees. Of course, these are the 0-degree Aries charts because you all can do charts for your own locations, your own cities, your own countries. I'll show you the U.S. charts here in a moment. What we have to be careful of if you're looking at these charts in some ways, what we have to be careful of with the Pluto square the nodes, both of them, we're going to have Mars in Pisces here with Neptune in Chiron. We got to be careful of sticking our head in the sand and not wanting to make the actions we need to make. Both of these charts will have Jupiter retrograde in Leo opposite Mercury Venus over here in Aquarius. Really have to watch the polarization of elitism between countries and groups of people, financially between the haves and the have-nots as it's taking place. Sun's going to be late Capricorn into early Aquarius, and we're going to have a new moon that comes along right after the Uranus conjunction to that south node. And so there's going to again be that vacillation between supporting the past Capricorn and liberating into the future Aquarius. That we all, you know, in our individual ways will be working with from one perspective to another. Saturn will have moved into early Sagittarius in both of these charts. It's now in the sign of the fire trine with Jupiter and this Uranus south node, and it will move into an exact trine with that. It'll do this 3 times with its own retrograde cycle here in early Aries. They won't be by degrees, but again, you'll have the empathy with the planets in the signs. And I've got to take my headset off and move my kitty out, or you're all going to hear my kitty who wants to be petted. This is, so excuse me just a moment. Hey now, come on. Yes. It's not quite done yet, just a little longer. Just a little. Just a little. Thank you, I'm back. So I wasn't, you know, to me it's not so much an exact chart. It is the big trends that are going on that we're about in the middle of over this 6 months time period, and it's the larger trend of the Uranus-Pluto waxing squares that are going to continue to impact us through the next decade. Here's the eclipses. We have that total solar eclipse, March 20th, tail end of Pisces. There's the visibilities for it. And then that's followed by a total lunar eclipse